Of Carroll Elementary is not returning next year. The Carroll Consolidated School Board voted not to renew Amanda Redmond's contract at tonight's meeting. News 18's Anna Darling was there as many in the audience stood in protest against this decision, and she talked with Principal Redmond about why she feels this is unjust.
So many people showed up that they had to move the meeting from the administration building to the auditorium at the high school. Many in the audience had posters and signs and wore shirts saying, "I stand with Amanda Redmond."
I was completely blindsided and didn't see it coming.
In a meeting with Superintendent Keith Thackeray on Thursday, Principal Amanda Redmond learned that the school board would determine whether or not to renew her contract.
So the decision to non-renew my contract is based on assessment data,
now known as ILEARN, even though the governor and the state superintendent are in full support of a hold harmless for the scores. And judging Principal Redmond based on these scores goes against Indiana code.
The evaluation of a principal performance may not be based wholly on assessment data.
People say they were just as blindsided as Redmond by this decision.
We are definitely disappointed. A lot of people are very confused. We don't really understand what's happening. No one saw this coming.
Principal Redmond received a satisfactory performance review in October from Superintendent Thackeray. She says she's gotten support from all over the community since this was announced.
It's been overwhelming and emotional to hear, especially from the students. The teachers would talk about and the parents will talk about is the culture that has been created there, that we are there for students, number one.
Amanda is really special because she just brings a really positive energy into our building, and she has just created a culture within our building that makes you want to come to work every day.
Tamara Ogle's son jumped at the opportunity to speak on behalf of his principal.
She is very trustworthy.
That's something that he never would have done a year ago.
Ogle and her husband moved their son to Carroll Elementary this year. She says Principal Redmond was a deciding factor because of her focus on mental health.
And it's not always about the test scores. It's also about how we interact with each other, how we work together, those mental health resources, and we have that at Carroll. We don't want to lose it.
Everyone has been supportive. That makes me feel like I know I've been doing my job.
At the end of the meeting, I did approach Superintendent Thackeray and all of the school board members to see if they would like to comment on the decision regarding Principal Redmond. They all declined the chance to comment. In Carroll County, Anna Darling, News 18.
Redmond says there is some further due process where she could get the chance to change the board's mind. The board ended up voting 4-1. Eric Johnson was the only one to vote against Redmond's contract.